Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy, and today we're just going to be talking about how the cannabis sector is going and the gold and just kind of things with interest rates. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the bell down below, give me thumbs up. I do really appreciate it. I want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment and information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about in these videos. Buy or sell after you did your research, your due diligence, and you like the investment you're pursuing. So yeah, check this out. It's a ferry coming in. Yep, sunny freaking day. There's no point being inside when it's so nice outside. You got to get outside for sure. So I got movers today, and we moved a lot of my stuff into a storage locker. It's pretty much full. I got some stuff in my car as well, but basically the majority of my stuff's just all gone, and I just have to clean out my place and then give my keys to my real estate agent and a few little things, and I'm clear, and then I'm gonna get my check, so it'll be sweet. Yeah, so then I go camping. But anyways, enough about that. If you're not interested in kind of my personal journey, I understand. I'm gonna get into the cannabis sector. Okay, so there's a bit of stuff going on, I guess. Canopy Growth is gonna be releasing Thursday night, and their conference call is gonna be Friday morning. So yeah, it should be interesting. I would like to watch it, listen to it, but I'm not sure if I will with things going on. But yeah, so Canopy Growth I think did like 83 million last quarter. Apparently they said they're supposed to be below. That's what some analysts think, they're going to be below that number. I was actually surprised when they had that number, because they don't have any best sellers in BC. But what I think makes up for that is they have some stores like in the East Coast, and I think maybe in Saskatchewan they have a few of their own stores, so they make some revenues that way as well. And I think people buy in bulk as well. They buy like 7 grams, 14 grams, and like 28 grams or so when they're buying Canopy. So they don't need to sell as many products like SKUs as, say, like Aurora or some others maybe. But I mean, this is just speculation, because I did see a lot on their website, on the BC Cannabis store, that a lot of its stuff was like 7, 14 grams. So it's hard to say. So the whale boats are out today, and it's big boat as well. But yeah, so with that, I'm not really sure what exactly their revenues are. They're definitely not gonna justify their market cap. I mean, realistically, they need to hit around like $500 million and do like profits of like 50, 100 million plus per quarter to really justify their market cap. They're just not there, right? And when are they going to be there? Who knows? But they have a lot of cash, so you know, the stock's going to stay up as long as there's like, you know, I mean, people think it's the #1 cannabis company, and that's to be debated. I think as far as an efficiency scale, I don't really think Canopy is very efficient, you know. Per gram, cost per gram isn't very great. I think whenever I look at it, maybe that's lowered, but I mean, I just don't think they're that efficient, but they just have a bunch of cash, and they are going to make some nice products. I mean, they already have some nice products, the Spectrum Therapeutics, and you know, some of the stuff that's coming out is pretty good. But yeah, I'm not really that fan of Canopy's products. Like, I've had some of their capsules, but I don't know. There's better companies if you want to get quality cannabis, for sure. So anyways, enough about Canopy. Zenabis is slowly kind of getting up. I bought some shares last Friday. I think it was Friday or Thursday. 144, I think I got at Zenabis, and it's like slowly getting up to about 160, kind of hovering around that. It's kind of resistance, I guess, around that level. Valence Growworks, VGW, they're supposed to do even more because they're growing, gonna get into another facility, like 400,000 kgs. So I think they're gonna be huge when they're going. So if the things get too attractive, I might pick up a couple hundred shares of Valence Growworks, because I think it's a solid company, and it's not really going away. I mean, yeah, there's some of the companies that they're gonna do their own extraction as well, but I think the big guys, if they have, and this company can do all different types of extraction. They can do like 4 or 5 different kinds. So, and they have like this sourcey technology. So I think they're gonna be, and this thermal scientific research says like their facility is amazing. So they put them at like such a high level, and this is like a big company. It's like a 20 billion market cap company. I'm not sure exactly what space they're in, but if they're giving them that credit, then I gotta think that they're a pretty big player, and that they got their governance in order, and like things are working out pretty nice. So I think that Valence will be a good player. Like they're gonna be profitable in the future. Then you got, was it like Zenabis? I want to get some more shares, and I just see like this wedge bottom. I saw it about around like December. It hit about 285, and I bought some shares at 304 last week, and I didn't really think that was a bottom. I just want to scoop up a few more shares. Like it's thinly traded when people are picking up shares at like 292, 293. So you really got to sit on the bid and wait for that to come to you. But I still think that it can go to potentially maybe like 270, 260 before it's gonna start going up. I predict it's kind of gonna go up like probably later in July, maybe, or end of July. It's probably not, and then it's gonna make a big move. But I think like sometime between August to October, it's gonna have a really nice run, just because things are like kind of coming together. Tilt Holdings isn't really doing much right now, but I guess they're trying to get some better brand awareness for themselves. They're you know, maybe they get a big deal with one of these LPs soon, and that'll really heat things up, put them on the radar again, because they've taken a lot of bad press. So we'll see. Labs is like at about $5 or so. Like it's pretty decent price. They want to go on the TSX, or maybe they're applying for the NASDAQ. I can't remember. But yeah, they're, or maybe it's both. Maybe both. It's VGW and Labs are both going to the TSX. I'm not 100% sure, but uplisting is an uplisting. I guess I wouldn't really like buy it just because of the uplisting. It's just basically if I like the future of the company, because that's not really longer like the way to go about things. Is just buy it based on it going on the NASDAQ or whatever. Like you see it with OGI and even like Hexo. It didn't really go up much when it went onto the NASDAQ. So I mean, yeah, you're just kind of you're betting if you think it's gonna work out that way. You want to buy the company because you think it's gonna be a lot higher based off of like fundamentals and like technical stuff. Fundamentals is like hype, like a catalyst behind like legalization 2.0, or that they're getting a cultivation license, or for some of their facility they're getting a sales license, like things like that, right? Or they're just getting a big distribution deal, or they're just growing more and they're selling more, like things like that, right? So, or if they're just getting their profit margins up, like things like that. So Kush bottles and CVSI are at very good prices. I think CVSI could go really a lot higher. They always like making net income, and Kush bottles lose money, but I mean not that bad, and they're at a pretty decent price. And I'm not sure when I think they're reporting around like August, and yeah, it's hard to say, but like the companies, there's a lot of companies that are the top companies now in the cannabis revenue ranking, and they all gotta do $5 million per quarter. So it takes a lot of the little guys out of the race, and then some of these guys are merging with other companies. So you're just kind of seeing not companies there anymore. Like even like companies such as like TerraSyn, I don't really think they're like a sole entity, because Canopy's helped them out. Like Canopy's gonna buy them out. That's what I really believe. Or like Rivers has like some type of ownership in them, so they don't really own the company anymore. They're not like single, and like Origin House is gonna be with Cresco Labs. Like just things like that are just working through the like the paper. It just has to take some time for everything to be settled and acquisitions to go through. So things like that, there's that so when you look at these top companies that are up and coming, it's really hard to find them, because if you think about it, I mean, yeah, there's companies out there, but I'm talking about companies that are growing their revenues every month, and their profits, and they're gonna be profitable eventually. Like you can see it. I mean, there's no certainty. Like listen, you could buy Apple tomorrow because they're making so much bank and they're profitable, but maybe in like 3 years there's no market for Apple. So there's no certainties with the investing. But basically, you're putting a company that's profitable is more likely to be profitable. A company that's losing money is more likely to lose money tomorrow. So you got to put those into perspective. They can change their route and all that stuff, and they will try, but you want to get the companies that are losing the least amount of money, and they're growing their revenues. And that's really hard, because the banking reform in USA makes things all confusing, and it's hard to really get some cash to run the business. I know Kush Bottles was having trouble with that. So it happens a lot of these companies. So it's hard to say where things are going to go, but it's not as easy. But the market for USA is just exploding and then CBD is going to be really big. So I think people really need to focus on the USA, picking companies up such as like Zenabis, MedMen, Tilt. I think Cura's a good company. I think they're a little expensive, but the market probably will keep bringing them up. Like Harvest Health, even Green Thumbs, I think they're a good company. Yeah, some of those companies like Cresco Labs. I don't know. Acreage is kind of they're gonna be owned by Canopy, so I mean, takes out the luster of owning them, because they're not gonna do it on their own. You might as well just buy Canopy in a lot of senses. So it's hard to say, but those are the companies really. Ooh, it's a cruise ship. Check it out, cruise ship. Yeah, I don't just talk about cannabis stocks. They show you some cruise ships. Yeah, that's pretty much what I had to say. Basically, I got I gotta do some packing, and maybe moving out of my house by Thursday, and maybe make some videos. Maybe when they get a cell phone mount, make some videos in my car. It's hard to say. Maybe I just won't do much videos till like I move somewhere. It's hard to say, but I'll try to do a video every couple, like once or twice a week, maybe when I go into town or something. But yeah, I hope you learned some information. This isn't for financial advice, but it's just something that I'm focusing on as far as like the USA, because I own Zenabis, I own Tilt, I own a little bit of MedMen, I own some KSC Kush bottles, I own some Grow Generations, I own some M Jardine. I mean, some of these companies like M Jardine's kind of sketchy, and even MedMen's kind of sketchy, but I think that the days of just putting all your